Hello, everybody. This is Ground Up Herbals reporting live and direct. You know what I'm saying? About to do this breakdown for the Mitchell's vs. the Machines. But before that, giving you a spoiler alert. So if you want to go watch the movie and come back to this, you could go do so. Or if not, whatever. It's all good, you know? But yeah, I'm going to do the breakdown. But first off, I was actually going to do this breakdown 3 weeks ago. But then I was like... I had a bunch of things going on and different things on my mind, so I was like, I'm not even gonna bother. But then I seen Elon come up with those robots, and I'm like, oh, I remember them robots from the movie Mitchell's vs. the Machines. But anyways, yeah. So like, yeah, this movie, and then I actually did a breakdown too. I broke it down to my ex at the time, and I broke it down to a friend. And there's certain connections between this and like other things that were going on at the time. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, so I did the breakdown back in April 2021 or May 2021, But yeah, the movie came out I think it was like April 21st, 2021, I believe. But yeah, I'm gonna post the pictures. I don't have no pictures right now posted up, but I'm gonna post pictures with what I'm saying. But yeah, so the movie came out April 21st, 2021, and the movie's pretty much about a family that stays together. It's a father who's has nothing to do with the internet at all, and a daughter who's just fully into the internet, and they come together to like destroy the robots and whatever else. But the boss robot, because there's a part where the dude who created the robots, he's like contributing like all these like rewards to technology and everything, and the phone thinks that he's talking about the phone, because the phone has like its own personality. So the phone's like, oh, like so happy, and then like he just throws away the phone. He's like, the new technology, the robots, like so the phone's like, what? The phone's like, oh yeah? You don't know who the real boss is? Like, I know everything about everybody. You know what I'm saying? And some. I know everything about things about people that people don't even know about themselves. So the phone, like, so anyways, the robots start malfunctioning, and then they capture him and start bringing him to, the boss's chair. And the chairs turn, like you can only see the back of the chair, and the chair turns around. And then you see the robot. Oh, no, not the robot. Sorry, the phone. And the phone's like, yeah, you think you're running stuff, like I'm the boss here. So it turns off the Wi-Fi. And the funny thing is, they show Toronto first, Canada, and we had the harshest and longest lockdowns in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was funny that they showed Toronto first, and then they showed Italy, and then they showed the Etheraeum sign coming out of the ground. And it's capturing people, but it's not really actually capturing people. People are capturing themselves. So it's like, they're running into for the free Wi-Fi. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of shows you with the internet, and it's like, see, the internet's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's whatever. It's like money. It's just like it's like a current. This is, you know what I mean? It's like you use it for what you use it for, like. But it's like the words that they use, like enter the net. Hold on, my throat's dry. I need to take a drink of water. Like, enter the net. I'll tell you, enter the net instead of saying like use the net. You know what I'm saying? Like little words and stuff that they use, like, to make you like look at it a certain way, or the internet a certain way. Like, or not even subconsciously, that you don't even know you're thinking like, oh, enter a net. But like, that's why you shouldn't get trapped and caught up in certain things, and learn the art of detachment. You know what I'm saying? Learn those things. But anyways, going along with the movie, so the movie in the end, it shows the family coming together, the father using his his ways like before technology, and then the child using technology. Is this a comedy? It also shows you the connection between the mother and the children, and how the mother, like, a lot of these movies, they show you the connection between the mother and the children, because the mother, she's using intuition. The woman's using intuition. I did a video about this before. I ended up deleting it though. But like, the woman's using in the late or the female, let's say, is using intuition, like, because female intuition, and that's something that even the male needs to tap into, like, you know what I mean? Doesn't mean tap into the woman energy. It means tap into the female energy in terms of like that intuition, like, you know what I'm saying? Because like logic, we think with logic, like, so like, that's the same way how they have like hundreds of stories of where like a mother will see their child under a car and lift up the car with one hand and pull out the baby with the other hand, like, because they're not thinking logically, like, oh, this car is gonna be heavy, I can't. They're just like going with with their intuition and what they feel, like, women deal with what they feel. But anyway, it's breaking down all those things in the movie, like, you know what I'm saying? And then in the end, it's just the father and the daughter getting together and you know what I mean, learning about each other. So learning the technology and learning also the ways of like, nature and the ways of like man, a man. But the connection between these things and the unseen is like when the Etheraeum sign comes out the ground. The funny thing was when this movie came out, April 2021. Also, Nas and Jay-Z dropped the song on April 30th. Nas, Jay-Z, and DJ Khaled, Sorry I'm Not Sorry. And Nas is rapping like it's a crypto commercial, you know what I'm saying? And the last time Nas and Jay-Z did anything together musically, like as far as like anything music, not music business, but musically was around 20 years ago, which was like 2001 when Nas dissed Jay-Z with the Ether song. And a lot of people say Nas, Ether, Jay-Z, and Nas, you know what I mean? Nas won the battle. But yeah, them times I looked up Ether back then in a paper dictionary. And I was like, okay, it's dealing with the air and clean air above the skies. But anyway, so when the Etheraeum sign was rising above the ground, I forgot what ether meant. So like I went and looked it up again. And I seen, okay, yeah, the clear air above the sky. So I know it's dealing with air, dealing with the unseen, dealing with the frequencies, spirituality, the age of Aquarius, which, we hear Aquarius, we thinking like aquarium, like water, or like, a lot of us, but like, Aquarius is an air sign. So you're dealing with things with the air, dealing with the unseen realm, you know what I mean? And then, but yeah, and then also on March 3rd, which is 11 days after, the Ethereum coin rose above Bank of America. You know what I'm saying? All this happened within an 11-day period. All these connections dealing with the air, and also that movie with the Ethereum sign rising up out of the ground. So like, you know what I mean? It was dealing with air and people having to stay inside because of things that are out in the air, But then, and it just, it was just funny though, because it was showing, and it also showed in the movie, the airline was called Foolish Human Error, and I took that as in foolish human error, like an error, and also foolish human error, what it said, AIR. You know what I'm saying? It said capturing fleshings since 2020. You know what I'm saying? And it's just showing you how like, you can get too caught up into technology and forget about your own technology, when really you're the highest technology. You know what I'm saying? So don't get too caught up in this technology when you could, you know what I mean, when your own technology is the highest technology. And you being the highest technology, the only way to beat such a high technology is to turn that technology against itself. So in other words, to turn you against your own self, turn your own power against yourself without you even knowing. So like, you have to be aware of these things so you don't, because like if you talk like the biggest things that you have to be aware of is fear and FOMO, the fear of missing out, all these fears and doubts and all this stuff, because this stuff could trap you within yourself, like get you trapped within yourself. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And in the future, like there's even deeper than this. Like I can't go too deep into this. So that's why, like, I'll eventually I might just talk about this offline, and then do like a speech about this. Like, a lot of speeches that I did in the past, I wanted to talk about this, but then I'm just like, I'll see a 6-year-old looking at me with their eyes smiling, and I'm like, there's a way to break it down to the 6-year-old, but like I was trying to break it down to the adults, and I'm like, I can't even talk about this right now, because like, so I'll just switch the topic and